Welcome again to another payment gateway integration video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to implement Google Pay for web for Chrome browsers using Cybersource Gateway decryption. And as always, here's the demo. So here on the right side, I built a demo app. I only added the buy with Google Pay button here. And when I click on it, I'm going to get the Google Pay prompt in my browser. It's going to ask me to choose a card to pay with. Let's choose the MasterCard, for example. You hit pay, and then it's going to do the same thing as Apple Pay. It's going to just create a token, and then I'm going to set that token to my gateway. My gateway is going to detokenize that token, and then use it to pay with the network. And here's my result page. The implementation flow is going to be very similar to Apple Pay. This is actually the Apple Pay diagram. Your app, which is your Chrome client-side browser, is going to create a token, and then it's going to send that to your server. Your server is going to put that in a Cybersource API payment request and send it to Cybersource. Cybersource is going to extract the device number, which is 16-digit number that looks like card number associated with your Google Pay device, sends it to the network, and the network will authorize the payment using that, and send the response back to the gateway. Gateway sends it back to the server, and then your app gets a response back and then redirects the result page like you just saw now. So let's go ahead and start from scratch, implementing a new app that doesn't have Google Pay implemented in it. Now, the good news is this is much easier to build than Apple Pay. There's no certificate setup. There's no decryption like with the Apple Pay developer portal. This is going to be much faster video than that. So the first step will be for us to add the Google Pay button into the web page. So to do that, you need to go to your public folder in your ReactJS project. Here, look for your head component. Let me zoom in so you can see. And here, the first step would be for you to include the JavaScript library for Google Pay, which looks like this. Then the next step, you need to create a JavaScript component that's going to have the Google Pay React code. So let's go ahead and do that. Then here, you're going to code your Google Pay button component, which will look like this. Let me fold this and walk you through what's going on in this component here. So what it's rendering is just this depth that fills the width of the page and have a height of 46 pixels. And you create a reference here that is set here. Then everything happens actually in this use effect. In this use effect method, first, I'm going to check if the browser does support Google Pay. I'm going to check if it's actually Chrome. If not, then I'm going to kill this use effect method. Also, I'm going to check if the component down here mounted using this reference here. If it's not, then it's going to also return if it hasn't mounted for whatever reason. Here, I clear out any previously appended button just in case. And then here, I'm going to create a new instance of the Google Pay payments client. So here, this accesses the Google Pay library in the browser, payments.api.payment client. And here, you're going to set your environment to test or production when you go to production. So you create an instance of that. And then here, you put together your Google Pay request. Here, you need to set cryptogram 3DS if you want to be able to have the user pay using device tokens. And PAN only means paying using the actual card number. So online. So Apple Pay only returns a device token for payment, which is more secure and a better practice. But Google Pay allows the user to pay using their actual card number, not the device number. And the reason why this exists here is because some banks don't support device tokens, network tokens. So this is a fallback. Now, the downside with this is that if you're going to pay with PAN with the actual card numbers, that you're going to have to do 3D secure in order to get full liability shift, which we will not cover in this video, because in most cases, you'll pay using the cryptogram 3DS mode. So make sure you're using this when you create the payment. Okay, here you set your card networks, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and you can also set any local networks for your country here, like for example, MADA in Saudi Arabia. And then here, you're going to set the parameters of your request. Here, you're going to say it's card and put these two over here. And here you can ask for the billing address, but here I just set it to false because I don't need it. And then here you're gonna set where this token is gonna go. After this Google Pay token is generated, where it's gonna go. Here I'm gonna say it's gonna go to a payment gateway. And here I'm gonna specify that payment gateway. I'll say Cybersource. And here I'm gonna use my merchant ID from Cybersource, also known as the organization ID. I'm gonna put it here. This is my actual real Cybersource merchant ID. Then I put all this together into an object that looks like this. And then I call this method is ready to pay. This method is gonna make the app Google Pay button ready for payment and does an action when you click on it. So here, I create the button. And here I specify the look and the feel of the button. And here's where the action happens. Here's where the Google Pay token, encrypted token, is created and then returned. This is the important part. So here, I'll set it to loading. And then I send my request like this, specifying the merchant name that's going to display in the Google Pay prompt and the amount and the currency. And then I'll actually open up the Google Pay prompt. Here's where I get the token response, the token that looks like this from Google Pay. This is the Google Pay token right here. I'll get it here. And then here, this is a callback that leaves the component into wherever this Google Pay button is placed within my React.js code. Then I catch my error, and then I stop the loading. And then here is where I actually place this button component into the page. And then here's just some cleanup work. Okay, save that. And now I need to use this in my actual cart page. So here in my cart page, I have a placeholder that says Google Pay. I'm gonna place my Google Pay button here instead. And I need to pass it the amount. That's gonna be my cart total, like this. And then here it's complaining the Google Pay button is not defined. That's because I didn't import in my code. There you go, that should solve it. You also need to set the currency like this. And here you need to add a method that handles what happens when the token is generated. So for now, I'm just gonna print the token in the console so you can show you guys what happens when the Google Pay button is clicked. This should be asynchronous. Okay, there you go. When I saved it, the Google Pay button is now showing. Good. Now I have two Google Pay buttons. I don't know why this is weird. Why am I getting two Google Pay buttons? Okay, the button was showing, but I'm getting two Google Pay buttons here. And I figure out what the issue is. The issue is that sometimes in React, this use effect is gonna run twice. And then this is how you end up with getting two buttons appended in the page. So to fix that, I just replace this instead of append children to replace children. And then even if you refresh the page, you'll always get just one button here. And that seemed to fix it. All right, back to what I was saying. So now let's go ahead and test this Google Pay button and see if it prints out the console, that Google Pay token. So buy with the Google Pay, select the card, hit pay. And here's our token. Cool. This concludes my first step. Now the next step will be to grab this Google Pay token and then go to this Cybersource API for payment and then put your Google Pay token here and then send a request. And then you'll get the successful response from Cybersource saying authorized. Now this API is very similar to the regular Cybersource payment API. The difference is here you gotta specify the payment solution. Processing information payment solution has to be 012 for Google Pay. And here under payment information, you only have fluid data, which has value, which has the Google Pay token. And that's it. So now the next step would be to create a server endpoint that implements this payment API. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and implement this here, using Firebase functions to host my endpoints in the cloud. Now here, in this API call, I need to create a new random order ID using this method that creates a random alphanumerical string. Then I have to put together an object that has this payload over here. This will be done like this. Same stuff exactly. My order ID is here, amount, currency, I get that from the client side, and my token from Google Pay, I get it here. Then this is my request parameters, my domain, endpoint, merchant ID, and my secret key and key ID. You shouldn't hard code your sensitive credentials like this. Use the secret manager or environment variables. This is just for demo. Then I'm gonna create my request headers for the API request like this. Using this create headers function, which I get from this npm package, Cybersource auth. This is JavaScript library that I put together that helps people create the request headers for their Cybersource request. You just enter these parameters and then it just spits out headers object like this, which you can then just plug in your request like this. Here's your headers object, and here's my request. Post to this URL, and this is the data. This is all the stuff that we have above over there. Now let's go ahead and run this emulator to see if it works. Here you go. Send the request, and I'm getting the same response here. Successful. Now I'm gonna go ahead and deploy this API request in production, and then I'm going to show you how it's used in the client side. Here on the client side, after this Google Pay button spits out the token object, this is the token object, it actually comes out as an object. And then what I do using this method is that I encode it as base64. This is what this method does. So after I get the token object, I need to encode it to base64 and I need to send it to this method over here, send payment. What this does is that it calls my API, this one, which takes in the amount, currency, and that Google Pay token, and then perform the payment using the Google Pay token, and then it gets a response, and if the response is authorized, which means successful, then it's going to redirect to the result page like this. So let's go ahead and call this method here, send payment, and I'm going to pass it the same stuff that I got here. Now let's go ahead and test it. It should be good now. Refreshing the page, here's my Google Pay button, I click on it. get the Google Pay prompt, select my card, hit pay. Token is printed. It's loading now because it's calling my server. And then once I get a successful response from the server, I get redirected to the result page. That's it. And this is how to implement Google Pay for web browsers using Cybersource Gateway decryption. Pretty simple and straightforward video. Thank you for watching. And if you find this video useful, hit like, subscribe for more videos. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Link to the documentations in the description box. And if you want to get the full source code for this video and support the channel, check my Patreon link below. And that's it for today. I'll see you next time.